falconer with a company called NBC Bird and Pest Solutions, as well as doing conventional pest control all over the country. We specialise with the largest bird control specialist company in the country, using birds of prey to scare away other birds from unwanted situations, airfields, landfill sites, Houses of Parliament, even Trafalgar Square. And we've got a long association with Africa Alive. In fact, I started doing displays here about 17 years ago, and you can't imagine how much the place has changed. We were doing it right down in front of the lions, and none of that paddock area there was even there. But we've been invited here today by Africa Alive to let you see our birds fly. We do have some wonderful birds for you to see flying today. It is a little bit breezy, which makes it a little bit difficult for them. But you're lucky because these birds are very experienced. And two of the birds in this display were with me 17 years ago. So they know what they're doing, but as they come down the hill, they tend to lose their brakes. We'd much rather the wind going up the hill because it creates nice lift. Now, before I start, and it seems to be getting windier, I'll just explain, as I say in every display, this isn't a falconry demonstration. Falconry is a 4,000-year-old tradition. It's the art of using trained birds to catch food. And I'm not intending to catch anything. So technically, it's not falconry you're going to be seeing. It's more of a celebration of some of nature's finest achievements. And we do have some wonderful birds which will come very, very close to you. Please don't be tempted to try and touch them. Just stand back and admire them. The first bird is Hazel, who's already ready to go. You're at the doors of Hazel. And I thought I fed you too much earlier. Never too much, she says. And this is Hazel, and she is a bird I have had for some 17 years.
100 years.
And she's known this place for a long, long time. And she's a Harris Hawk or bay-winged hawk. You know, the thing is, I did a show with her recently. We were at an exhibition, and the first thing people say to you is, how old is she? And I said, 17 years old. And they go, wow. The next question is, how long does she live? Poor bird. She was hearing that all day. And she will live, I would imagine, till about 24. But she doesn't want to hear that she's in her twilight years all day, does she? Now, Harris Hawks are unique. In the wild, this is where she struggles to stop. They hunt in packs, and people don't necessarily think that's special, but you tell me another bird which does, because there isn't one. Hazel, up on the top. Up on that one. So well trained. That one. No. If I turn my back. No.
Oh.
I'm there. Thank you. Now shake your tail. Good girl. Ah. Now Hazel, as I said, in the wild, these birds hunt in packs, much the same as wolves do. And this increases their chances of survival in the deserts of Mexico, where they come from. Because it's hard to live in that environment. And when you see food, you've got to make the most of it. And they're very, very clever, these birds. And they will use, the smaller males will go into the bushes. Hazel. And in fact, you'll find that the birds, these hawks, are unusually good on their feet. You're going to show them how you'll walk, Hazel. And you might find that, come on, the smaller males will go into the bushes and flush out jackrabbits for the larger females above to catch her. And as I said, it gives them a much, much better chance of survival. Now, Hazel, although she's called a Harris Hawk, she's not a true hawk. A true hawk is something called a cipiter, of which we have two in the UK, but the true hawks are shaped very, very similarly to Hazel. They have this very long tail, And that long tail is Hazel's rudder. And that enables her to steer. And that's because they've got to outmaneuver whatever they're hunting. It's going to try and get away, so they need to be more maneuverable than whatever she's hunting. Lift your tail. See, if she lifts her tail, you have to move very quickly. And so the long tail is manoeuvrable, helps her manoeuvre amongst trees, outmanoeuvre her quarry. Also, if you look at her wings, nice, broad, rounded, quite short wings, quite similar in shape to a pheasant or partridge. They do a similar thing. They have to accelerate the bird very quickly over a short distance. The pheasant or partridge use that to accelerate. Here, point it there. It uses it to accelerate a short distance to get away from its prey, whereas Hazel obviously accelerates to capture the prey. Also, people ask if they bite. It's not the beak you worry about. The beak doesn't hurt. Hazel? Hazel? What you worry about are the talons, those claws. She's got these long legs for reaching inside, catching things, and these very sharp talons for securing her prey.